Blake saw some really gorgeous video of sunsets, especially from our Grand Haven camera tonight. Finally seeing some of that sunshine, but not everywhere.
Not everywhere today, but it's a sign to come for everyone as we head into the weekend, Elena. It's going to be all about the blue sky, and we really need it after a very cloudy January here at home. In fact, it's a pretty quiet stretch for a full week across West Michigan. Now, our 13 weather ball is solid blue. We do have a slightly cooler Friday in view, but we remain dry across the area.
The 13 on your side weather ball, sponsored by LaFontaine Ford Grand Rapids.
We had a forecast of 41 here in Grand Rapids. The actual high a bit warmer at 43, but still within 3 degrees. Only one miss over the last 31 days. A look at high temperatures across West Michigan on this Thursday. Muskegon, you hit 48 degrees. We were able to bask in a fair amount of sunshine throughout the daylight hours. Same thing for those along I-94. Look at Kalamazoo, 52 that daytime high. Putting this all in perspective, we should be right around 31, 32 degrees for our daytime high on this 1st of February, and we're easily 10, 15 plus degrees above that, and that is a sign to come for several days this weekend into next week. View it at Grand Haven here at Snug Harbor, a very pleasant sunset. If you didn't see a sunset this evening, the clouds may be still in your backyard. Just wait as we make our way to tomorrow as we finally clear out the skies for all. I do think we're going to see clouds back on the increase, at least temporarily tonight into tomorrow morning as our winds shift to the north and east. But in due time tomorrow afternoon, those skies clear out. Temperatures tonight falling into the upper 20s to around 30, and then we're back in the upper 30s tomorrow. So slightly cooler than today, but upper 30s remains above average for early February. Sweeping cold fronts, the reasoning why we'll cool a little bit tomorrow, along with that shift to the northeast for the wind. But in time, high pressure, sprawling high pressure is going to build in across the Great Lakes for several days, and that's why we have a fair amount of sunshine in this forecast. Hour by hour, clouds rather stubborn, at least through tonight into tomorrow morning, and then that's about it, because as high pressure spills into the Great Lakes, well, that's going to allow for the cloud deck to scurry out, and our anticipation is that tomorrow afternoon is when we'll see clouds really clear out in a north to south fashion, and that will carry on into the weekend. Temperatures, as mentioned, tomorrow in the upper 30s, but it's a short-lived cool down, because by Saturday we're all back into the 40s, and then Sunday well into the 40s. I would not be surprised we might have to bump up the numbers on Sunday just by a couple degrees, especially as we enjoy a fair amount of sunshine. Both Saturday and Sunday, high pressure overhead. The storm track well removed from the Great Lakes, actually going to be across the deep south, and we're just too warm for any lake effect to bring in extra cloud coverage. So again, just a beautiful weekend in the way of sunshine. For those wondering about winter weather, it does look like we might return back to reality towards the middle of the month, but in the meantime, we're going to have a week worth of quiet weather. In fact, dry weather will likely prevail through next Thursday, and then finally Thursday night into next Friday. That's when we see rain return to the forecast. So not much in store over the next week. Upper 30s for the daytime high tomorrow to around 40 in our warmest spots. We'll start the day off under a mostly cloudy sky, but as the afternoon arrives, clouds clear out and we will end the day on a rather sunny note. The wind out of the east tomorrow at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. The wind a non-issue this weekend. Your 13 on your side 10-day outlook. So I actually feel like the 40s, very calm wind both Saturday and Sunday. We hold on to sunshine Monday and Tuesday. And then look at that warm up by the end of next week, well into the upper 40s. Would not be surprised some of our warmest spots, Elena, actually climb into the lower 50s. And then finally, you can kind of see towards Valentine's Day, we're returning back to reality, temperatures falling into the 30s and maybe a few snowflakes in the forecast. But overall, the next week, about as quiet as it can be this time of year.
But really, we're going to have to see what the groundhog says tomorrow for the real accurate.
Well, we have to. Well, he's also going to have to tell us here in West Michigan, go find your sunglasses.
Yes.
That's going to be the case.
All right. Thanks so much, Blake.